Welcome to the Good News broadcast originating from the Living Word International Church under the direction of Dr. George Adebanjo and Dr. Jennifer Adebanjo. For powerful praise, dynamic preaching, and anointed prayer, let's join Dr. Adebanjo in the Word.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It was a time of trials. When the writer of Hebrews wrote this book, one of the things he wanted his readers to know is that Jesus is better. Better than Moses, better than the prophets, better than our fathers, better than the angels. He shared that with us in chapter 1. But in chapter 11, he began to talk about the people that made it because of their faith in God. And in order for us to make it in our time, we must have faith in God. Look at somebody and say, I have to have faith, complete faith in God. Let me share with you the story of a guy that climbed the mountain. He was almost to the top of the mountain, and the rope he was using broke. And he knew that he was about to fall to his death, and he saw a little tree almost to the top of the mountain, and he grabbed onto it. And he cried out. He looked down, he said, is there anybody down there? Because I need some help. And all he could hear was his own echo. Then he looked up. He said, is there anybody up there? I need some help. And finally the voice came back from top. He was shocked. And the voice said, I'm here. I can help you. What can I do for you? And he said, who are you? I need some help. This tree is about to break that I'm holding on to. And the voice came back and said, my name is Jesus. I can help you. And he said, help me right now. I heard you can help. And the voice came back, I can only help you if you let that tree you're holding on to go. And the guy paused for a minute. He said, is there anybody else up there? Somebody shout complete faith. There are things we don't want to let go of. And God cannot help us if we don't have faith. What is faith? The writer of Hebrews tells us that it's the substance. Basically, faith is nonsense. You cannot apply your senses to faith because faith doesn't make sense. Look at someone and say, faith doesn't make sense. It was the times of Nero. Nero was persecuting Christians for nothing. He accused them of setting Jerusalem on fire, even though he did it so that they can be persecuted. Christians were killed left and right, and many of them were discouraged. So the writer of Hebrews wanted the readers to hear about those who had made it in the Old Testament, people like Gideon, people like Esther, and so on and so forth, because of their faith in Jesus. So the question I want to ask you is it smart to be a Christian? Because many of our young people and many people around the world are being told that it is not smart. In those days, you have to denounce Christ for your life to be spared. And the Bible tells us that there are those that did not love their lives unto death. There are those who says it's not smart. Who are those that say it is not smart to be a Christian? the devil. When you're going through financial difficulties, when you're going through any kind of difficulties, he will say to you, just like he said to Job, just curse God and die. The devil will say to you, it is not smart to be a Christian. If you were not a Christian, you wouldn't go through all these things. But that's not true. Look at someone and say, that's not true. The infidels will tell you it is not smart to be a Christian. The worldly folks will tell you it is not smart. Some of you have some well-meaning loved ones that will try to give you advice. If you haven't been going to church, if you have not been paying your tithe, if you have not been trying to be Miss Goody Two-Shoes, everything would have been okay. Talk to me, somebody. You will hear voices of your own flesh. Your own flesh sometimes will tell you to compromise what you believe. And then the misinformed will tell you that it is not smart to be a Christian. Why do they say that? Simply misconceptions? Misconceptions? They will say Christianity is for the sick, the old. They will say that you cannot have fun in life. That's why many of our young people don't want to go to church. And because some of the church folks too, the way they look sometimes, they look so mean. That's why we've got to smile, we've got to rejoice. Our God is a God full of joy. And he says he wants you to be full of joy. So why would I want your God when I see you looking down and out all the time? Talk to me, somebody. Why would I want to be with you why would I want your God? If all you do is misbehave or misrepresent God. And that's one of the things that turns off our young people. They would rather be in a gang that promises them this, that promises them that, rather than being in the gang of God. Talk to me, somebody. Is it smart to be a Christian? One of the misconceptions is that you must always be sad. Well, you haven't come to the living word. Talk to me, somebody. There are some churches that everybody just, sits still. And I'm not criticizing anybody. But the fact is, some church folks have given the wrong misconceptions about church. Those who are so legalistic. Don't wear makeup. Don't wear this. Don't do that. Talk to me, somebody. So we have given Christianity a wrong image. So why would our young people, the leaders of tomorrow,
Thank you for watching the Good News broadcast. For more information, please feel free to contact the church at 615-297-7437 and tune in next week for more good news.